In this lecture of analog communication, we are going to see the difference between frequency discrimination method and phase shift method. There are three generation techniques for the generation of the SSB-SC modulated signal. We have already seen the generation of the SSB-SC modulated signal by using frequency discrimination method, phase shift method, and Weaver's method. Weaver's method is costly and is not being used regularly compared to two other methods of SSB-SC generation. Mainly, frequency discrimination method and phase shift method are the two methods that are used for the generation of the SSB-SC modulated signal. Both of the methods are used for the generation of the SSB-SC modulated signal, which we have already discussed in the previous lectures. So let's get started. Now we will see the comparison between these two modulation techniques. In order to see the difference between these two modulating techniques, we will create a comparison table, and in this comparison table, the table contents are basis of comparison, filter method, and phasing method. Cost. The filter method requires sideband suppression filters, which are very costly. The phasing method requires wideband -90° phase shifters, which are not easy to realize. Suppression of sidebands. In the filter method, the suppression of sideband is achieved by using filter. In the phasing method, the suppression of sidebands is achieved by using wideband phase shifters. Stability and adjustment. Filter method is stable and it does not require constant attention and adjustments. On the other hand, the phasing method requires constant adjustments. Effective suppression of the sideband. The filter method allows the effective suppression of the unwanted sideband almost to -60 dB relative to desired sideband. The unwanted sideband is not that effectively suppressed in the phasing method because of the wideband phase shifters are not producing exactly -90° phase shift for all the frequencies. If there is even slight deviation in the phase shift, let's say 2° from the ideal -90°, then particular side frequency will be suppressed only to about 20 to 25 dB relative to the corresponding side frequency in the desired sideband. Frequency range. The filter method is applicable only for modulating signals having a gap of few hundred Hz near the origin. The phasing method is applicable for any frequency. Interchange of sidebands. In the case of filter method, it is not easy to change from upper sideband SSB-SC to lower sideband SSB-SC and vice versa. In the case of phasing method, it is quite easy to change over from upper sideband SSB-SC to lower sideband SSB-SC and vice versa. Up conversion. Up conversion is required in the case of filter method, but up conversion is not required in the case of phasing method. Changing the carrier frequency. The changing the carrier frequency in case of filter method is hard, but changing the carrier frequency in case of phasing method is quite easier. This concludes our discussion for this lecture. In the event that you have any question regarding this presentation, feel free to post them in the comment section, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. See you in the next one.